instead of 8:30. I feel a little better. This morning, if you saw my live stream, it was pretty bad. But tonight will be the end of the Hate Fest with possibly the biggest hater of them all. Right? You know, they say that you're hot out. 92 degrees and a lot of humidity here in Florida. You know, Harris is going to speak tonight, VP Harris. You know, she's going to give a more moderate speech, trying to attract undecided voters, or is she going to just continue the theme of hate speech? And make no mistake about it, it's hate speech. So, what do you guys think? Is anyone gonna watch it? I don't watch it. I have no desire to watch a bunch of politicians. But I think I've come up with something, an idea, right? Term limits is really hard, right? You can't get them term limited out. The term limits isn't really going to help, because even if you move them out, then you'll move more hardcore politicians in. You know, you're changing out. But my idea is, let's pass a law. Let's pass a series of laws, right? The president is not allowed to earn any money other than his salary when he's in office, right? So why don't we apply that to everyone else? Why don't we pass laws that people in the Senate, people in the House, you can't write books until you leave office. You can't have a business while in office. You can't trade any stock while in office. You have to live off of your salary. You think that the cost of rent and homes and the fancy restaurants would have to change their business model? You can't accept any type of free dinners. You can't do anything. Just like locally, right? So let's pass a law that senators and representatives have to live off the salary. You can't write a book. You can't earn anything while you're in office. Just like the president, right? Let's see how many of them stay in office for 16 terms. Or more than one term. Not a lot. Not a lot. When you have politicians who can go into office as making hardly any money. I mean, they get out as millionaires. Have you ever looked up how many senators are actually millionaires? Like a majority of them. How do you get that? How do you make all that money? Lobbyists take you out. You're signing book deals. And nobody buys the books, right? But they pay you a lot of money. They pay you millions to write a book that, for the most part, you're losing money. Why? Who's funneling you the money? So, every time a president gets in office, right, one political party wants to say, hey, you can't make any money. You got to put everything away. Trump owns a hotel. His kids are profiting. Okay, let's turn it around and tell the senators and the House of Representatives and the Supreme Court justices that you have to live off of your salary. I bet you they won't do it. Bet you they won't do it. They'll be very reluctant. But they can start. They can start if the people demand it. Right? Live off of your salary. You gotta look it up. I'm gonna do some research. Right? See how much money these people are worth. You know, I know Rick Scott, he's worth like hundreds of millions of dollars, right? He made all that money in Florida before he ran for politics. Something with the medical industry, right? Can't fault anyone for that. But let's take away the benefits, right? No retirement, no pensions. Just live off of your whatever the House of Representatives person gets. Let's call it 200 grand because I don't know. Live off the 200 grand, right? Remember AOC? And she was the most vocal, right? She took office and then all she did was complain. All she did was complain because the cost of living. Remember that video? She was sitting there complaining about how much it cost to live in Washington while she was sipping on wine. She's a fraud. She's a fraud. When someone preaches, right? If you have a politician who's preaching about the rich folk and everything else, you understand that all the politicians in Washington, for the most part, are all rich, right? The senators are rich. They're all rich. Whether the Democrat House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi is one of the richest people in Congress. How'd she get that way? Lives in a beautiful house in San Fran. And how do you get all that? How do you get all that money? I think it's pretty well documented how she made her money. They get inside info, and they get it to their brokers. They locked up. They lock up these celebrities all the time. Martha Stewart got locked up, right? Insider trading. How come Nancy Pelosi didn't get locked up for insider trading? Huh? She made a lot of money. That's going to be my next. That's going to be my next thing. I'm going to look up the net worth of some of these. The least richest senator, that's how you would say it, is worth over $20 million. Over $20 million. That's terrible. Out of senators and Congress people. Oh my God. $20 million that you're ranked 50th on the list. How's that? Richest congressmen and congresswomen. 50th on the list. And you're worth over $20 million. That's kind of ridiculous. That's kind of ridiculous. So cut it off. Let's pass laws that say you can't write books. You can't do anything. You got to live off your salary. I bet you the outcry when people jump in ship will be real quick. That's my take. Let's cut off the money flow to the politicians. Live off of your salaries. Live off your salaries. No book deals, no stock, no nothing, no lobbyist gifts, no nothing. Let's see how many of them stay in office. When you're making millions like that, there's no incentive to leave office, right? You're not going to leave office if you're making all that money. All right. Thanks for watching. You all have a good day. Talk to you later. Hi, what's up, man? Who's Jimmy? What do you mean, Jimmy? Who's Jimmy? What's up with Jimmy, man? Anybody want to talk about anything? Anybody want to chat? Anybody want to see what it looks like in Florida in front of me? Yeah, I'll reverse it. So I'm in Fort Lauderdale West, and I'm like, here, I'll give you a picture. Hang on, you flip the screen. So beyond these vehicles in front of me, probably about another 2 miles, you'll be in the Everglades, home of the alligators and the pythons, and a lot of other wild animals. But I was thinking about taking a drive. Anybody want to see what the Everglades looks like? It's not exciting. The Everglades is not exciting. They don't call it the river of grass for nothing. It is a river. I don't even call it grass. I call it the river of long stream. They call it sawgrass. It acts as a natural filter for the water. But here, I'll take you guys, take a quick looking for a quick look-see. There we go. Alright, so we're going to drive down a little farther. So I'm going to end this stream and come back up.